Hi, my name is Josh Keys, and I'm an artist living and working in Oakland, California. I grew up in Tacoma, Washington, and Tacoma is a small town, and it's right in the Puget Sound area. When people ask me about my work, I actually sometimes draw a blank because I think that there's a lot of different ideas. I think in the simplest terms, I guess it's basically like a stage set. And I also like to try to think of it as like a chess game without a board and with very few rules. And instead of chess pieces, they're like artifacts or specimens. So playing with those ideas and trying to create pieces that are complex in a way that tell a story, a specific story, without using words, I think is a challenge for me. And it comes through a lot of work and a lot of thinking and a lot of research. I collect a lot of images. Some I take my own photographs of nature. I have a number of props in my studio, plastic containers I'll fill with water. And so kind of the technical aspect of creating the work is pretty labor intensive as far as research information. Collecting containers of dirt, kind of looking at how it looks in a certain light and what it looks like in the shade, and looking at root systems, all kinds of different things that come into play. There's sometimes political message that I want to convey. And then I think also there's a level that is extremely personal too. And the current body of work that's for this show, that's why I called it Side Effects. And some of these images I've had in my mind for probably about 3 years. The piece Sleepwalk, just kind of like hit me. It's had this image of a big mountain lion with this small like fawn kind of curled up on its back sleeping and just kind of treading or trudging through the wilderness. And it just kind of hit me like a lightning bolt, this image, and I didn't quite know what it meant, but right away I knew what the title was, and it just needed to gel and kind of sit and incubate. So a lot of these ideas in this show, they're not exactly politically motivated, though they are political. They could be read as political in some way. The other piece, Exhale, for the series of pieces that I did based on that, again, came across an image of just a huge amount of dead deer, and it was just so shocking to me. Well, that image has just been kind of kept in my library of images for the past 2 years, and I've just been kind of waiting for it to gel and for it to find its expression. And suddenly, I just got an idea. Oh my God, what if they're coming out of like a wolf's mouth, And I think also the other new kind of development in the work is working with the white space. I think the white space, for a while, has kind of restricted the information, codifies it, it locks it in place, it compartmentalizes it, and it's become kind of a character in a way, just like, say, the mailboxes or the deer, some of the other animals that I use. And the space itself is becoming a character. And I think by allowing the amplification of the wolf's mouth and have it kind of coming out of the white space creates another level of mystery. What is this white space? What else can come out of this place? And what is this context? What is this framework? What is this environment truly? Where does it end? Where does it begin? There's a way of working that I enjoy, and there's a certain technique that I've developed that I want to continue. But I think the framework, the way I present ideas and information, might change to some degree. And I think that being said, I want to work with the white space and kind of examine different ways of coming to this information, different ways of storytelling. A static two-dimensional painting, it's just not the effect that I want. I want the drawing or the painting to actually come out into the space that the viewer occupies. So there's confrontation. So the work is actually much more resonant and immediate because it's in this three-dimensional space. It has an effect on the person's body. It's in the space. It's kind of melting or emerging from the white space, and it's now in your space. I'm extremely inspired, motivated, and anxious to get cooking on sculpture ideas, installation ideas, and pushing these ideas further. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. That's what I'm looking forward to, and I'm just extremely excited about having the show in New York at the Joshua Liner Gallery.